Hey, good day and welcome. This is Calvenn Starre, and you are joining us for the webinar series Advancement in Leadership. And it's a training series on the book The Disciplined Leader by John Manning. And this is a great book. I actually discovered John years ago when I took a map management course for executives and CEOs, presidents, stuff like that. And it was a really great opportunity to learn about some of the things that I was doing as a new executive in the industry. And in an opportunity to kind of look at things and go, okay, what can I do differently and how can I become better? And so I came across this book, and it was right after I had done a 52 weeks to Achieving Life's Rewards by Napoleon Hill. And that book really struck a chord with me because, it was about this progressional development of people and who they are and what they are, and in order to get you to a financial place, because people want to become successful overnight, but it's not going to happen that way for most people. In fact, pretty much for everybody. Success is something that you work on behind the scenes every day, and it's something that takes time. And so 52 weeks is a great way just to kind of get you in the habit of doing something once a week and reading a little bit every day and putting yourself in that place of true success. So I took this book and I said, you know what, even though it's written for executive management, still, it's about having employees in your own business and stuff. I said, well, I can make this into something that works for network marketing and speak to it through the sense of you as a network marketer are somebody who needs to understand that you have a business to run yourself. That's why it's such a great tax write-off. It's your business. It's how you're going to run it, how you're going to manage it. And if you're going to be successful, which I assume that you are if you're here, you're going to be successful, and you're going to need to be able to lead people, and you're going to need to have the opportunity to get outside of your comfort zone and create some things. So this is a great book for you to take and just kind of learn and develop along the way. And I love the information because it's new for me too, but it's also an opportunity for me to kind of hone some skills, sharpen the saw a little bit, so that as life begins to unfold, it allows me to become a better leader myself. And so I thought, let's pass it on and put it out there. So here we go. We are well on our way. And we are at chapter 44, which is Cultivate Curiosity. Now, one of the things that we do that I like to do because of the brain and how it works is I like to work on integration. And for me, integration is working the information into your brain at a deeper level than just a surface one-time read or one-time listen and then you're done. Integration for me is really about putting it and integrating it into your brain so that it's there unconsciously for you to pull on whenever you need to. A lot of times we learn things, but we don't pull on them because we don't need to. And then when the right time or when the most important time shows up, if it's integrated, you pull it and you can use it. But if it's not integrated, you forget it. And so we go through an integration process, which is not basically, it is that we go back 3 months and 3 chapters, or 3 weeks, 3 weeks and 3 chapters, and we cover the information that is found in the book. And so I kind of pull the information from my own memory, helping myself integrate, because remember, this is about me too, growing. So I integrate the information, you hear it again because you're participating in this 52-week course, and everybody benefits. So it's great all around. It's a win-win, as Stephen Covey would say. So chapter 41 was all about lead from the front. And this chapter for me was about being the person that is going to be engaged and on the front lines with people. And, it's more so for affiliates and whatnot. It's more about just being there. When you're asking your team to go out there and recruit, or to go out there and, share samples or do whatever it is that you do, you want to be there doing the same thing with them. You don't want to sit back from your desk or home and say, yeah, you need to be doing this. And then they look at you and go, well, why aren't you doing it? And then you don't have a really good reason. So leading from the front is about being entrenched in that, because you'll also get a much better perspective on what it takes to actually do those things, because times change. When I was building a network marketing company and created the success that I did, it was a totally different idea. Yes, there was the internet, but there was no Facebook. There was a lot of these things that weren't quite as popular as they are today. And so it took a totally different level of engagement and solicitation and sharing and all this stuff that we did than there is now. So leading from the front is about staying engaged and staying aware and present with what people are doing these days, and it will allow you to lead more effectively. Then chapter 42 is learn from success. So many times we're taught to focus on our failures and why did you do this and what made this go wrong. But also, too, what you need to do is that you need to focus on the things that do work and go, okay, what made this work really, really well? Like for me, I'll give you an example. One of the things I've been doing is I've been, studying, I've been, working out, not running, but walking, doing things like that. And also one of the things I've always loved to do since I was a kid and a programmer, I play video games. And a lot of the people that I know, very successful, play video games because it keeps them engaged. And one of the things that I love to do is before I get on one of these webinars is I'll play a game because it engages my mind. It puts me in that wonderful state of mind of just like go, go, go. And it allows me to be more engaged because I'm like my mind is completely engaged. It can be a puzzle game, it can be a video game, it can be whatever it is. It's something to engage my mind at a different level. And sometimes what I'll also do, like before I go on stage or publicly speak, is I'll watch some comedy or I'll watch a stand-up comedian do their thing because I want to be in a really great space. So all these things start to, come and I go, you know what? This is interesting because that's a success for me. When I can be fully engaged and be present and be aware and have a conversation with you, that's a success for me. And so I've started to repeat those things. So you need to know what works for you. Do you want to listen to some music? And this is one of the things that I did when I worked for Tony when I was out in the field, is I would listen to the same music every single time just before I went into a meeting because it put me into a peak state of mind. Boom, I walked in the door and I felt alive. I didn't listen to Celine Dion love songs and whoa, and then walk in through a door and inspire people. It's not going to happen. But there are things that you can listen to that can get you like really in a great place before you do those calls, before you do those meetings, to put yourself there, and you will emanate and exude this energy that people will gravitate towards. And that to me is learning from your success. Do the things that work. If the last thing you want to do is fight with somebody or your spouse or whoever before a meeting because you're going to take that energy in with you unless you're skilled and you can compartmentalize and be like, okay, boom. And so you've got to learn from the little successes and not focus so much on your failures. Focus on your failures for understanding why they failed and what you need to not do. And then focus on your successes for what you need to do more of. Chapter 43, put more weight on why. Ask those questions. Why? Why is this the way it is? Like when we're looking at a company or a product or anything, you want to ask yourself, well, why do people buy this? If you want to really understand buying patterns in people. And I mean, this is crazy because on Facebook, when you advertise, you can tell them, hey, I want people who buy stuff online, and Facebook knows exactly who buys online. And it's crazy because that's who I would want to market to. I don't want to market to somebody who's never bought online before because chances are they're not going to buy online. And so, you have to ask yourself these questions. Well, why does this person buy? Why do people buy supplements? Why do people buy services? And so find out, why do they do those things? And that's the real crux of this chapter, is really starting to get into that curiosity, which is this new chapter that we're talking about today, Cultivate Curiosity, and really getting into the why questions of why something is the way it is, why it is that maybe why not? Maybe that's the better question at times. Well, why not? Why can't this be done? Or why can't we do it this way? And really creating that, because it drives people to become more and more engaged. And that's the reason for the put more weight on why. So let's jump into week 44, chapter 44, Cultivate Curiosity. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Albert Einstein. We do in society, we get shut down because as kids we're always asking that question. Why? 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 And it drives our parents crazy. Or if you're a parent, you understand exactly why. and so what happens is we start to go, well, that asking the question why upsets people that I love, and so I'm going to stop asking the question why. And then we become these doers, and then we go to school and they tell us what to do, and we go, well, this is what I need to do. And you go to college and you're told what to do, and then you get out in the real world and you're waiting for somebody to tell you what to do, but in the real world, nobody tells you anything unless you have a job. But as an entrepreneur and somebody who's in network marketing, you are now your own boss. You have to ask those questions. Well, why? Why would somebody want to join me? Why would somebody want to sign up with the top package? Why would somebody want to join in this business, this company, this industry? and really start to and cultivate that curiosity within yourself so that you have the opportunity to really engage with people. Then Martha Beck said, when you meet people, show real appreciation, then genuine curiosity. When you meet people, show real appreciation, then genuine curiosity. This is something that I've obviously been a part of for years, because working with Tony Robbins, T. Harv Eker, all of these guys, you learn that when you're socially engaged, one of the things that I love to do is within just 2 to 3 minutes, and that's the top max, is to find something that I have in common with somebody, but at a genuine level. And it's, it comes with experience. It comes with, life experiences and work experiences and professional and personal and all this stuff, and find something to really find out things about them and really be genuinely curious about it and make it a game, make it fun, and you'll find something. And when you do that, you create that curiosity, but also too, everything is reciprocal, meaning if that you have that natural interest in somebody, they're going to naturally be inclined to be interested in you as well, right? So really start to think about that, and that genuine curiosity, not that fake one like, whoa, you'll know what I'm talking about, because a lot of people do it, and that they're just asking you stupid questions that they're just told to ask because that's what they're supposed to do, and they don't truly have a curiosity in you. So find that way to find for yourself to see if you're that person or not, and really find the curiosity. Curiosity is a great asset for leaders who want to significantly influence their organization. Okay? It will be so amazing. That's the reason why a lot of leaders, when they can show that they care and they have a curiosity about people and what they like and what they dislike, people will naturally feel appreciated. When people feel appreciated, they see value. And when you see value, they're more open. And you can lead people that are more open. So think about that as you're going out there, because this is one huge, huge asset for you as a leader to have as you're building your network marketing business. Think about this. You were curious about this book and webinar series and wondered if it could help you in any way. Okay. So you were curious. You were like, okay, what's this about? And what's going to be here? You were curious enough to say, I'm hoping and looking for something that is going to serve me, to give me something, to not have me waste my time. And that's, I trust that whenever I share with people and I do a webinar or I talk with them, I'm looking to share ideas. I'm looking to impart knowledge or wisdom or experience on people, because I'm going to give everything that I've got. And I expect the same of other people. It doesn't mean that if you don't give it, then I don't, then I get upset. No, I do it because I'm just expecting it to come back tenfold, right? So curiosity is helping you grow because it led you here. So just the fact that you had curiosity is a great thing, because now you're here, or it led you to your business opportunity, or it led you to the industry, or it led you just to start questioning things in your life and going, wait, is there a better way? Is asking that question, is there a better way, is curiosity about, is there a better way? And that's the thing that you need to inspire in people. And so here, little side note that I'm just coming to with this talk is the number one thing that you have to do with people is you have to inspire curiosity. You have to get them to start questioning, is there a better way? Is this possibly something that I can do and actually get behind and feel good about? That's the door that you want to open with people. That's what you want to open up and let people see, because when they realize how amazing it is, that's when they'll become more open, and then they'll choose. And whether or not you're a good leader or not, that's when they're going to come inside. They're going to come inside your business opportunity and make things work, and it's all because you created some type of curiosity within them that made them open to the opportunity, right? Now, curiosity also leads to new solutions, okay? Particularly when it comes to business differently and driving results, okay? Particularly when it comes to business. So when you're curious about something, that's where a lot of business, when I went to T. Harv Eker Guerrilla Marketing School, the one thing that it was is look at the newspaper, look at the headlines, and ask yourself, is there a business opportunity here? Is there something here that people are going to need in order to solve this challenge or problem or whatnot? Because most newspapers, all they do is identify these great opportunities for you to create success. And so look at that, because that's how you're going to create new solutions in your own business. You're going to become gifted and skilled at giving people the ideas to create and cultivate that curiosity within them. People take notice and appreciate it when you are real authentic about your interest in them and what they say. So this, again, is not just something that you repeat and just kind of talk blindly. No, this is like, if you truly care about somebody, you're going to ask questions and find something. That's your number one goal. Find something that you can notice and appreciate with them. And when it's authentic, it's so much more, and it's deeper, and it's more engaging. Everything is amazing, okay? But people will take huge notice of that, and you'll feel it. Being authentic is a solid leadership value. And this is like a huge asset, okay? Like I said in the beginning, being authentic is a solid leadership value. When you're fake and you're looking down at your phone or you're distracted, like that's a pet peeve where, if you're spending time with people and you're on your phone, like that's being totally inauthentic, because you're more interested in your phone, which is something that will always be there unless it's a phone call, right? But you can always call that person back. I mean, it's like being authentic is being like totally present with somebody and saying, hey, I see you and I'm hearing you and I'm engaged with you and I don't care. I'll put my phone down and I'll get to it later. That is authentic, and it's also showing curiosity, and it's showing great leadership. Okay, so look at those things in your life, because I do it. It's one of those things where I have to really be aware, because and I've started to actually take it into with my kids and stuff, is that it's okay, just put the phone down, like be here with me, be engaged, because we take advantage of that with our kids and our family and our spouses, because we think, oh, I'm always around them, and like you sit there on your phone and like the whole table is sitting there looking at their phone and you're having dinner. And it's like, challenge yourselves to put it aside and actually engage with people and start to work and cultivate that curiosity, and ask yourself questions and ask your family questions, and it'll help you become better at what you're doing when you're out there networking with people. Are you looking for ways to sharpen and use your curiosity to your advantage? So are you looking for ways to sharpen and use curiosity to your advantage? That's a question, and that creates curiosity. And obviously you are, or you wouldn't be here. So here are 3 ways to do it. Generate greater business innovation. Ask the question, what if? What could we do differently? Ask yourself that question as you're going through your day and say, what if? What if I did this? And I love that question from Tony. What would you do if you could not fail? That will spark an immense amount of curiosity in people when you ask them that question. Well, what would you do if you could not fail? And then boom, it's like they just start to spew out this information about all these hidden secrets that they would do if they couldn't fail. That's a great question to ask people when you're engaging them and truly asking them, well, what would you do if you couldn't fail? They probably, I'd start my own business. Oh, great. Well, what would you start? Okay, great. And then they realize, okay, wow, I'm open to starting my own business. And then you say, well, here's something that sounds like it would align with you. What do you think? And they go, yeah, I think it would. Let's sign up. Boom, done, right? So what could you do differently? If things aren't working for you, don't keep doing the same thing. Ask yourself, what could I do differently? Number 2, build human connection. One secret to relationship is to express genuine interest in others. Genuine, like really finding out like what it is that you can be interested in this other person, even if it's their quirkiness, right? You can just be like, wow, that's really fascinating to me. I wonder why it's so quirky. And one of the things that I've had to learn to deal with, obviously, with meeting so many people, is dealing with those quirks with people, because some people are just really quirky. They're just odd, and sometimes I feel like I'm the one that's odd, because either I want to be quiet or I want to be fully engaged or whatever, and I feel like, okay, and it teaches you that we're all different, but we're all seeking something. We're all seeking that human connection, and if you can express a genuine interest in that, you will create that curiosity in people, and it will help you create the curiosity within yourself. Number 3, accelerate your influence. Be the one to proactively seek out opportunities to ask questions and spot times to make changes, okay? So be that person to offer ideas. And one of the guys I'm reading, John Altucher, the Create Yourself or Choose Yourself Guide to Wealth. Really great, amazing thinker, true genius when it comes to this information. Is, really just kind of looking for opportunities and sharing ideas with people. We're in network marketing. So network marketing is also networking. And so you should be that person who, even if somebody doesn't become involved with you in your business, you can still proactively seek opportunities to help them connect with somebody else. Maybe you know somebody else in another company that would benefit from meeting this person because they didn't want to do your product, but they would love the other person's product. Be that person who is big enough and bigger than the problem of being rejected to put them in touch with somebody else, and be that master networker. That is the new currency of this century, is being that networker and being that person that can connect people, because you never know. Some of the people that I've done business with in the past, we'll work again together one day. It'll be that connection. It'll be that possibility. It'll be something. And, I've worked with people that I hadn't talked to in years. And so there's all these things that if you make those connections and network with people, you never know where it's going to take you. Take action now. Okay, let's get into this. 3 action steps, which is great for these chapters, because each time it tells you, what, if you want to do something now in this moment. And so number 1 is be curious about how things can be done better or differently. Identify one norm that could be improved. One norm, one thing that you normally do every single day, and improve it. Make it better. Don't just, let into the status quo of things. Make it interesting. Make it different. Ask the question, well, what if we did this? Maybe you guys all, you have a specific meal on every night, Wednesday night, right? Well, ask yourself, well, what could I do differently? And really change things up and create some curiosity, and maybe ask the question, well, what, if you could have one thing, your last meal on the planet, what would you have? And do that. Do something like that. Have some fun with it and create curiosity and imagination within people and your family and your kids and your friends. And that's why one of the things I do at the end of these webinars now is about gratitude. What are you grateful for? And really getting people to become curious about their attitude for gratitude and saying, okay, what am I grateful for? Okay. Number 2, take action now. Practice an inquisitive style with your team over the next 30 days. Find ways and levels that you can connect with them on a deeper level through authentic curiosity. Listen, if you're building a network marketing business and you have leaders, it should be a natural thing that you want to ask them questions and find out what it is they really want to connect with. That was one of the things that I love to do, is when people tell me their dreams, I'll have a little journal or a little information and I'll write down exactly what it is so that later on I can touch on those things. It's not anything more than really caring about people and knowing that we all have things that we want to do. And maybe if I can inspire something within somebody or put somebody in contact with somebody that has that, then I can help them satisfy something that they truly want. So find those ways and levels that you can connect with them on a deeper level through your authentic curiosity with them. And then number 3, identify something you are curious about learning. Okay, maybe it's like for me, I've been practicing the guitar. The next thing for me is going to be learning Spanish, since I go down to Peru a lot. But really wanting to find some things that I want to learn and then get engaged in that activity. Spread your wings and fly, because at first, I remember the first time I picked up a guitar and I tried to play, I was like, oh my gosh, my fingers are so big and I can't hit the strings. And now I've got this great app which is freaking off the charts. It's amazing. It's called Musician, and it's the most amazing thing where I'm actually playing songs. And yeah, I'm watching the music on the thing, and but my over time, because I've been doing it for pretty solid for the last month and a half, and like I'm starting to know where the strings are and where the frets are and all this kind of stuff, and it's like and it gives me goosebumps, because it's so much fun to be learning something that I had always wanted to do, or everybody has that dream, I think, well, everybody like me, but I want to be that guy on stage playing a guitar, or I want to whip out a guitar and like start playing a song one day. I want to be that guy. It'd be fun. And so I've started to learn that, and that's cool. And it creates curiosity, because now I'm realizing that, if I put my mind to something, I can do anything I want. And so can you. And that's something also too, as a networker, that you're teaching people to get back into hoping and dreaming and becoming something more than what they've been told that they can be. So that's the number 3. And as we always finish it off, pay it forward by leaving a comment below on what you are most grateful for in your life today and what you've learned from this webinar. Thank you, and I am grateful for your leadership. Showing up is the first step. Have a great day.